I remember being in Opa's yard, being able to look down the mountain, being able to walk around and explore, feeding the fish in his pond, playing solitaire in the gazebo, eating fruits from Oma's garden, and chasing frogs. I also think of the roads, driving up to Opa's house, going up a winding road, driving down into the city.
I remember I used to hate the mountains. I'm not sure why, but I always thought they must be blocking the view of something much better. I longed for flatness, legibility, freedom, or some sense of vastness. Being surrounded by mountains felt constricting. I think some people find a sense of safety in being nestled between them, and I like this interpretation a lot, and have willed myself to believe it. But when I was a child, I never felt more free than when we went down to Italy for the summer. The limestone Caravanca and winding roads slowly giving way to flat fields and cypress trees, the road straight ahead and stretching out towards the horizon.
I remember the food. Going to the Buschenschenke, and one by one everyone would show up on their own time, and an impromptu family gathering would be had over pints of Helles and Most. The shots of schnapps that were made in house using centuries-old recipes, the wooden boards of Bretteljause brimming with cured and dried meats, various cheeses, spreads and condiments, the Schwarzbrot and an assortment of vegetables, ready to cut through the richness of it all. I remember summer days spent lounging at Vertisee, submerging myself into the teal blue waters, the vineyards that lined the shore, and the people. I remember the people and bliss. Washing away the heat with a chilled Radler and maybe, if I was lucky, a Frankfurter with Semmel or a Wiener Schnitzel with pommes and the requisite scoop of gelato.
I remember the forest behind our house was a curious mix of sparse and dense, evergreen and deciduous. The best way into the forest used to lead up a steep ravine path. Now trees have fallen over it. In the late summer, we would trudge up the hill and into the impenetrable green, knife in hand. We would spot yolk yellow chanterelles waving from their bed of pine, and rusulas teamed with violet, gently cutting their stems and placing them in the basket. She taught me how to identify milk caps, how their gills cry pearly tears when scratched or lacerated, how you shouldn't get liquid underneath your fingernails because it stains them brown for days. I've seldom tasted something as good as a milk cap from Corinthia, freshly fried in butter.
The forest is inextricable from death for me. The bombs, the partisans going into the forest, and my paternal grandfather, who used to hunt in the forest and died from a heart attack at 40 or 41. His friends set out to find him, and he didn't return home. But finally, it was my grandmother who found him. I don't know where exactly, but I always imagined it to be in the forest.